Someday of my life, I decided to take a chance and dream. I didn't know where it would lead me, and thinking about it now, thank God I didn't know, because I would be so much scared. I mean, if we knew the outcome and all the battles we would have to face, would we still go for it? I think about it a lot when I feel anxious about the future. So I try to go back to what I felt as a 16 years old, waiting for the airplane to move to one of the biggest cities of Brazil, all by myself. I remember one moment in the airplane that would mirror a lot of my self-discovering journey. This one girl was sitting one row behind me. The plane was extremely cold, and I was wearing this one thin jeans jacket. About halfway through the flight, I could see her freezing. Although I was also cold, I had already worn the jacket half the flight. So I offered it to her, who obviously accepted. And then I was freezing for the rest of the flight. But for me, this is a memory that often brings me back to myself when I forget. My first week in the city, I cried like a baby, waiting for the bus to go home. I felt so innocent, incapable, and lost. I wonder 1,000 times if I was doing the right thing. I thought about my friends that stayed, my relationship that had ended, the birthdays I would miss of my siblings, the movie nights I wouldn't have every weekend with my family. I was beginning to face my own loneliness, and that was just the beginning. But some beginnings are very painful. I needed to remember why I was there. I needed to remember the good things that were happening. I needed to remember me. But at the same time, I needed to understand that I had to be much stronger than I had imagined. I was criticized in every way for what I loved the most. My voice was weird. It sounded like I had a frog in my mouth. My hair was too long. I could only be cute. I would only have a job if I slept with the director. When you leave everything behind and hear this kind of thing, it's hard to remember why you're there. But I stayed until the end and only cried at home or in bus lines. At some point, all this started to make me angry, and I became determined to prove everyone wrong. I was convinced that I would make everyone applaud me. And of course, as this is real life and not a movie plot, I also lost my way. I became so obsessed with proving something to someone that I crossed a lot of boundaries and hurt a lot of people. So I had to take a few steps back and remind myself that I was never the revenge person, but the one who freezes in the cold to share a thin jacket. When you open yourself to the beauty and kindness of the world, it gives it right back to you. The people I met show me how beautiful it could be. At my lowest, they show me greatness. To see someone accept you for who you are and give you hope for the future, that's when you really see humanity. And when you finally remember your own. My past self knew a lot, but didn't know how difficult it could be. But I bet my future self is as proud as I am now of when I went to see the world at 16.